There we go. Hi there. How are you doing? I'm
Hi,
back with I'm
Joanne.
back with Heather Green, and we're going to be talking about the energies here in September, specifically September 21st. She's going to give us the download of what's going on. Heather, it's nice to welcome you back to One Heart TV.
Thank you, Joanne. Good to be here. Good to be in Kauai, as you can see in the background. I thought you'd all
Beautiful.
want a little bit of that good energy right now.
Yeah, it looks a little blustery, but you're dealing with it, huh?
Just a little windy, not really. It's the island, the ocean's really close. So,
Oh, good.
yeah, we get the ocean waves. It's
Can
been
I ask,
lovely.
can I ask what you're doing there?
Just some time for myself. This is a gift for me for my birthday this year. Milestone birthday. So,
Okay. I'm
yeah,
all down for that.
this is a treat for me to be here. I don't get a chance to go away very much. So it's, yeah, one of the places I've always wanted to visit. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, Kauai is quite pretty. And I don't know if you're going to get to the Big Island to see the volcano that's really having a great old time too over there. But yeah, okay. Well, let's get down to it. We had just I just spoke to you about the lunar eclipse last weekend, and now you say we've got some big stuff coming up on the September 21st.
Yeah, that'll be the solar one. But right now we're in the eclipse sandwich. So I just kind of wanted to share a little bit. How is everyone doing? How are you handling everything? We're still integrating the lunar eclipse. Whatever comes up is what you're meant to experience right now, no matter what that looks like. A lot of surrender and letting go of control that I'm getting from people, and even what I'm experiencing myself. Um, so if that's an issue or a theme, even better. It means you're getting ready to move beyond a lot of that stuff. So
Yeah, what do you think that's leading us to? Do you have some ideas? If there's
being
a
able
lot.
to be, yeah, being able to be in the present, and to be able to be accept what is. One thing we talked about in the last one about fear, we talked a little bit about fear coming up. Some of those things, is it worry? Is it doubt? Is it just a thought? Or, what we're picking up in the collective? And certainly we can let things like that go. But some fears are repetitive and not as easy for people to release if they're rooted in trauma. They can come up again and again. So
Yeah.
one thing I feel with this eclipse, and even as we're in the in between phase right now, is to really, like I said last time, let it come up and out. And what I mean by that is it's a chance to see it, to feel it, to process and integrate. So being more conscious of it in this time can be helpful, and even using your resources and the people around you that you need for help to integrate much more quickly. So we can move beyond these traumas in this time. So this is why it's such a powerful one for healing and transformation. So that's one thing I want to mention for people. You don't just pass over it if it's something that is deep and more rooted in trauma. Look at, what is it? Where's this coming from? Have I felt it before, and why? And you got to let yourself go through that process. But it can go a lot quicker. That's the good part. So it doesn't have to take a long time as it has been in years past. So
Can you give us an example, sort of, maybe like the past type of stuff of releases and maybe what might be different this time around? Could you give us an example?
yeah, I'm trying to think of one that, if anyone's ever had emotional hardships, loss, heavy losses that weren't fully processed, or anything physical, if you've suffered either abuse or trauma, maybe you had a terrible accident years ago that wasn't fully processed. At this time, it can come up, those feelings around it, the fear, the sadness, whatever it may be, anger, even sometimes people have with loss and hardship, and you may not know where that comes from. And that's why being present with it and just observing it and feeling it will give you more information if you need to know where it comes from. But it'll also allow you to process it much more easier. The process is actually just feeling it and observing it, and then you're able to integrate those pieces that may have broken off, those parts of your soul that want to come back, so that you can be more whole in this time. And then that's when it's healed, then you don't have to keep re-experiencing that again and again. So that's one way to talk a little bit about trauma. For some people, it can take a long time. For other people, not so long. And I think some of these pieces, many people know about. Oh, I've had that. Yeah, that was years ago. Maybe you've already done a lot of work around it. And now it's just the remnants of it that you're really cleaning up. So I think this is a great opportunity to do that for yourself, to really move beyond some of those patterns or fears or traumas or whatever it was, whatever it's been for you in the first part of your lifetime, because we're entering a new chapter. That's what this is about for each person,
Oh,
if
okay.
they're ready and they're willing, individually and for the collective as well. So,
Oh, massively for the collective. I mean, we're all feeling this whole craziness, and of course, the recent murders and different things that have really
yes,
flipped people, I would think, into taking a look at themselves, taking a deeper
yes.
look at stuff, and it's probably triggering some of those feelings. So you're saying September 21st. Now, is there,
Well,
go ahead.
Well, this is what I mean for now, right now.
Okay.
So now that's what we're going through. Whatever comes up, whatever you're getting triggered with, look at it. Let yourself, don't run away from it. Look at what it brings up in you. It's a time of revelation, revelation internally for yourself and for the collective, like you're speaking of, Jolynn. The 21st, though, is a different energy. So that'll be next Saturday on the 21st.
Okay.
And that one's a new moon and solar eclipse in Virgo. And that's an earth sign. So I think it's going to feel really good, actually. That's a going forward in your power with balance time. I always think eclipses, most of them are about power. And each time we do another eclipse season, we ask ourselves, what does it mean to be sovereign now? It changes, it deepens, right? And
Right.
I know with this next one, freedom's a big theme. So whatever freedom means for each person, that's going to be important to pay attention to.
Oh, we spoke about your animal communication class and how you had us really pay attention to getting quiet.
Hmm.
When you're leading, when we're going into the September 21st, which sounds great, freedom. I'm all about that. Freedom from this past trauma, this past
Yeah.
lockdown, whatever. How would you suggest some of the pe folks could go about maybe something you do
Hmm.
when something comes up for you and how you re look at releasing?
I think each person it might be different. Well, the releasing part is what I talked about in the beginning. So everyone's going to have different tools for all that. You maybe you reflect, maybe you have a healing modality you use, maybe you're a meditator, maybe there's another process that you go into, maybe someone you're working with, a practitioner. There could be many different things for people. That's really specific. And of course, that's what I help people with in one-on-one sessions as well. Nature can be a good healer as well. So that's for that. But as far as the being sovereign and freedom goes, that's a part of like thinking about how does that apply to you personally? Because everyone, freedom can mean different things for different people. Maybe it means that you have more time available and you can actually do more of what you want to do. Like for me, being here, being able to come here and do this is a form of freedom to me. Maybe it means that you have more of what you value in your life, people that you could trust, living in a beautiful space. Your health is good. That might be a sense of freedom for people. So I think we have to think about what does it mean for each person. Some people want to feel safe, and that's important to them to feel free. So it's kind of, it's just a really good theme, but a lot, I wrote about this in my blog just recently on these eclipses too, is a lot of the old dynamics and power plays around work and what is work meant for people. What does it mean to work? Careers, having to be in the workforce. And if we're in that, then what does that look like? And do we really feel free or do we feel enslaved in what we do? Because that's a big Virgo energy as well. Virgo is about our day-to-day living and often what we do. Every day. So I think that's going to get people to think about what's important to them and what they value and maybe make different choices that are going to support them and whatever they're wanting to create next. That's what I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, so how are you maneuvering at this time in retrospect of what's coming up?
You mean with work stuff or with
Work and traumas and just
I, yeah. I'm doing pretty well. I feel like we all have remnants that we're working on. I definitely have had my own pieces of that, and I ride the waves. That's also why I report to people, because I know what I'm going through in the moment is something I share with others. And I've been doing healing for over 16 years, so I have a lot of resources, at my fingertips, and of course, offering that space to others. But yeah, between that and just deciding, making decisions, expanding in our abundance quotient, what do we really value? What's important to us? And I've definitely made some shifts recently about like how much do I work and who do I work with and where do I work and how do I work? All of those things, so that I can slow down and take good care of myself and do what I know I need to do for myself to stay balanced. I think balance is the name of the game, because as we move into the time of the 21st and 22nd, we're going to be in Libra season too. So Libra is the sign for balance as far as the sun sign. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and this goes hand in hand with the collective too. And I know that we sometimes put people on pedestals, even if we look at our politicians or people that have been in power as such, they're still human beings at the core. And, and
Absolutely.
so they've got to be feeling these energies just as we are,
Mm-hmm.
don't you
Yep.
think? Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've been really experiencing tremendous amount of joy.
Oh, good.
And
Yay.
I think it is the releasing I've been doing through my meditations, which is what I work with, and then just doing what I love and
Yeah.
really finding peace within that love, which is music,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm recording new songs a great deal in this time period. So it's really interesting that you're saying this. I think I could give up. I think there's a few more little things that I'd like to catch things a little quicker, when they trigger me.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Oh, that sounds good. Okay, so that tree is just right above you. It looks like a feather in your hat. Well, do you have any last remaining things you'd
Yeah.
like to say? Yeah.
Think it's great what you're talking about too is this time is, especially as we're still in this eclipse sandwich, it's a lot of surprises can come up for people in a good way too. Like you're saying, more joy, a sense of peace and reverence. And we're reaching a layer of forgiveness. And I don't know if I talked about that last time, as you said, about
Oh,
whether there's
please.
a political leader, whether it's someone that you've known your whole life, or a past issue, problem with somebody, that this is the time to let go. See the mirrors that are presented to us, because it's all a mirror. We're all one, no matter how it looks. And if we can reach a place of acceptance, people say, oh, we got to fight for what we want. But the truth is, if we can accept it, find a place of forgiveness, compassion, that actually helps that other person or group, whoever it may be. And that's, again, something I wrote about in my blog. You might want to check that out too. It's a recent post on the eclipse passage right at the top of my writings page. Yeah, at my website on tealhealing.com. All about this kind of stuff, the reflections we're seeing back to us about what do we have to work on still? What do we need to transmute there? Because especially with relationships, there's a lot of mirrors that are looking at us. And the forgiveness piece is good, letting go of judgment. Look at how easy it is to judge someone else, to say, oh, they're doing that, they must be a bad person, or condemning pretty easily, without knowing somebody or why. And then looking at our own selves. We have our own issues, we have our own mistakes that we've made as well. So, that's a good way to move through it, is begin first having compassion for yourself. That helps for your own, pitfalls, whatever your own issues. And then you're able to broaden that out and expand it. And I know it can be complicated for bigger things in the world. And that's one thing I wrote about in the blog, because some of it, again, goes back to the roots of trauma and things that have happened in other times, other lifetimes, other histories with the wars and things that have happened on this planet. People are picking up on that from the galactic history, and that can really influence how they feel now. So that's all part of what we're trying to heal here as a group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, you nailed it. It's so interesting. I'm recording a song called Unbelievable, and it's really talking about exactly what you're saying. I even reference the mirror because when we judge, which I've done, who hasn't, really you've been doing it to yourself so long that it's just become second nature for you to think that you can, throw it out at somebody else when really it's yourself. It's yourself.
Exactly. Exactly.
And there's so much healing in that when you realize it. And the mirror reflection, that's a good one because I have that actually in this song. And that we're more unbelievable than we know, is what I'm saying. So, how can we not be unbelievable, our true essence, if we're busy with all the trauma?
Oh yeah, it's all part of who we are, and that's another thing. Don't judge that. Don't judge whatever pieces still need healing. It's been
Right.
your journey. We all have our own journey around that. No human on this planet doesn't have healing still to do, all the way to ascension. That's what we're in for.
Yeah.
So, if you're not ascended, then you have some more work to do.
You brought that up. There's a couple of people that have been bringing up that particular word,
Mhm.
ascension. What do you see as ascension? Could you expand on that just a hair or more?
So it's moving into the higher frequency, 5D. And what it means is that we're lightening up on all levels. That's one way to say it. And also, it's a level of mastery. It really means mastering what it is to be human, the things that we work through and learn in our humanity, lifetime after lifetime. And we've been here for eons in this time, in this body on earth over and over again. So that's really what it means. It's moving through all of that until we have ascended that, and then we're in a place of peace, one of peace, joy, love, knowing ourselves not separate from source, essentially.
Right. And never have been.
Right.
Yet
Exactly.
yet we cling to trying to figure out how we can get there. And yet we already are, is what I've been really
Yep.
looking at myself lately. I've been listening to a lot of Deepak Chopra, and he's been phenomenal lately. It's
Hmm.
just nice to kind of go back to some of, as you say, the tools that help you to,
Yep.
because you meet different plateaus in your evolution,
Yep.
and while you stretch and push against things as you're growing, it's yeah, people come back in to remind you of a few different things, a different way, maybe. Yeah. Ascension.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Thank you so much for sharing that. So they can reach you where again?
Feelhealing.com. That's my website. And
Okay.
then the writings page is my blog. And you'll see some of my posts up there about what's going on right now. Yeah, and just to end, with we're entering a time too where many people will not have to use tools anymore. Some of this healing or transformation, whatever you want to call it, this process of expanding our consciousness is going to happen more automatically. So that's something we can look forward to, that many of us have been the trailblazers, like myself, getting this going for people, showing the way, helping people through our own processes. But we're going to get to the point then we won't need those anymore. And I think that's pretty exciting too.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, y'all. This has been a wonderful I like these little short interviews because it just gives you a little bite and a taste, and then you can go and check her out. This is Heather Green. She's got Teal Healing, and I will link that in the description for y'all so you can read her blog and find out what these eclipse energies are doing to us right now. If you're feeling a little unbalanced, maybe this could be why, and a great opportunity.
Great opportunity to learn, to heal, to shift, to expand your consciousness. Yeah, it's always a good thing. Always.
Always a good thing. Well, Heather, it's a delight to see you again. You have much fun over there, and I hope you're doing the hula or whatever
I
you're doing.
am. I'm in the water every day. It's been amazing. Just so much beauty here. I love this island. It's one of the old school ones. They haven't changed it a lot. They don't want to overbuild, and do a lot of the commercialism that's going on some of the other islands. So it's really special. I'm glad to be here. I'll be back next on Friday though, on the 19th. So it's just a short trip, but it's been beautiful. Filling my cup as
Well,
in all ways.
soak
Yeah.
soak in it, get it all and bring it back so you rejuvenate it to help those that you've been helping all along. And I look forward to speaking to you again. So you have a wonderful rest of your day. I guess it's only 11 o'clock there in the
Yep.
morning. So
Yep.
you got the whole day. So
That's
you'll be
right.
in that ocean. All right. Heather, again, thank you so much. We will talk soon. Again, this is Jolynn Lutz from One Heart TV. I'm so happy. We've got more videos at the website One Heart or YouTube videos on One Heart TV. And well, we'll see you again. All
Sounds
right.
good. Thank
Peace.
you.
Love, love to you all and stay healthy. It's inside outside job. All righty.
Mhm.
Bye-bye.
Bye.